starts the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show, featuring Dan Harsha and Dan Alban. This week's show, we're highlighting the latest in music, life, and culture.
Through different eyes.
Yo, 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 this is Dan Harsha, and this is the Guitar Gurus, and with me always is...
Yeah, Dan Alban here.
How you doing tonight, bud?
Doing good, man. Doing real good.
Wow, dude, it's Tuesday, man.
It is Tuesday.
Dude, a lot's been happening. It's been a couple weeks since we've been doing the show on air Thursdays. So we were out the last week. Apologize to the audience for that, but had a family emergency come up, and we just couldn't tape on Tuesday. And that's where we're at with it. We rescheduled Parker Barrow to be back on the show the week of August 18th. So we'll tape the interview on the 18th, and it'll come out on the 20th. So that's already rescheduled.
Nice.
We're going to do the Ibanez Guitar of the Week, review it on that show, plus the other guitar for that week. So that week we're going to have two.
Oh, wow.
And we'll do something cool with that. So
all right,
it's going to be cool.
I'm excited about that.
Just wanted to get that out there in the open. And then now it's Tuesday night, the week of August 4th. And, dude, how the day started out this morning, I can't believe we're sitting here taping the show tonight. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, there was a point during the day where I was going to hit you up and say, I'll just call it in tonight.
right. And then 1 o'clock, the sun's out.
Yeah. And I'm like, wow, here we are. Sun's out. It's muggy, hot.
Right.
It's August again.
Right.
Just like that. It was two tales of two different situations, man.
Yeah, so the remnants of the hurricane came through southern Maryland this morning on our taping Tuesday. Oh, wow. So shout out to all the peeps in St. Mary's County that are affected by the storm.
Yeah,
First and foremost, man, I hope you're safe. I hope you get everything taken care of, man. And wow, man, Mother Nature just can't. It's just unrelenting, man.
Yes, she is, man. She's something else.
That's right.
She's in charge. Let's never forget that.
That's a fact. So since we didn't have a show last week, I'm gonna crack the first one of the night in honor of Mother Nature. What do you think about that?
Let's double tap.
Oh, you want to
that
double
thing.
tap for Mother Nature? Hopefully she'll take it easy on us the rest of the year.
That's what this is all about.
All right, dude. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's right. For Mother Nature, man. Enjoy it.
We haven't done that in a while, the old double tap.
That's old school, man.
Yeah, but this is good, man. It's good to be back. And, I mean, you know, we rarely miss a week, but sometimes we have to. And
that's life.
Life is what it's all about. And I got to tell you the truth. I've lost my voice twice in the last week.
Wow.
2 times.
What happened, man?
And I'm just getting it back again for the second time. And I'm not going to go over the top tonight, so I'm just going to be really relaxed.
Sure.
And instead of me trying to do all this like I always do, I'm just going to talk normal and take it easy. I got a lot of straining in my throat. It's sinuses.
All right.
My sinuses drained into my throat. And then, as a result, I got hoarse and my vocal cords were hurting.
Wow.
And that was it.
I got you.
And as soon as I got it back, of course, the weekend came, and here I am like, oh, wow, I get to go out and play for the first time since March.
right.
So guess what I did?
I drank.
Just crushed those vocal cords again.
Right.
Just from talking to people. Mostly because I was excited to be out, and I'm talking louder because you have to stand further back away from people. So you're forcing yourself to talk louder.
Right.
Because you're not right up on each other.
And wearing a mask.
Yeah, so you're 8-10 feet away yelling when you shouldn't even be trying to strain that hard. So here I was Saturday, Sunday, again, barely for the older folks, if you remember the Bobby Brady episode of the Brady Bunch, where his voice changed, that was me. It was terrible. I was like, I can't talk about that. I still can't talk. Yeah, so I can't do all that. But
wow, man. Well, how was the show?
Show was amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. Incredible turnout. I couldn't believe it because the weather Friday was horrible.
Right. Well, when I went to pick up the guitar of the week, I saw Jacket Island, and I was like, dude, is the show going to happen tonight? Because it was raining, and I know how Toots is set up. So I was like, I don't know, dude. I get on the phones and find out, so that way y'all can plan
Sure.
accordingly.
They said go ahead, and it was 4 or 5 o'clock the afternoon. It's like, all right. The lightning and the thunder subsided, and it was still kind of raining. And sure enough, by the time we got there and got set up, it was all out of the way. And
Nice.
there were plenty of people out there. You know, they have it set up nice, so not everybody was on top of each other. They had tables spread out. People were staying at their tables, and it was a great turnout. I got to see a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. And
Well, when you were sitting at a table, could you take your mask off? Was
Oh,
that
yeah.
a rule?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, that makes it tolerable.
I mean-
it's just as long as you don't have to have your mask on at your table.
Yeah, and the cops did show up at one point and hung out for a while
Oh,
to make
good.
sure people were compliant. I know, that's the world we live in now.
Dude, why don't you go out there and solve other crimes?
So we weren't getting shut down. They were just
I
kind
know,
of
just nosing
checking
around.
on things.
Just nosing around.
So
I
you
mean,
know,
dude, I'm all for it. Dude, I think people can fucking responsibly go watch a band play without law enforcement showing up to make a fucking mass check. All right, dude? Dude, set up a speed trap. I'm more impressed with that.
right?
You know? But anyway, that's a subject for another day.
That's a whole different animal. But thanks to all the fine people that came out to Toots, and thanks to Toots for being such gracious hosts. We actually got to play almost 30 minutes past their allotted time.
Nice.
And that's how much of a good time we were having, and everything was going well.
Sound was sounding good then.
Oh, it was,
That always makes it easier to get extra time.
I gotta say,
See? Hey.
touche.
Right.
But as you know, all the gigs that we've played in this band for the last 2 years, I think that was probably the best sounding and best executed amongst all the fine folks in the band.
That's cool, man.
And execution was incredible. So-
Jack was on point, hitting all the
and
marks.
I told this to Jack after the show. I looked at him and I said, and you know, this is the tightest me and you have ever played so far. So we're clicking. Because he's only been there in the band since December.
Right.
And then we only got 3 months before we got shut down for 4 months.
Right. I know, man.
And we're clicking now. Yeah, I didn't have to keep staring at him and making those mean faces I make. It went great.
That's awesome, man. That's good stuff, man. Speaking of Jack and Island Music, man, I got the new issue of Music Inc. in the mail. If anybody's not familiar, that's an industry magazine for music retail.
Yeah.
And guess who's in the magazine, man?
Oh,
Give it up
wow.
for our boy Jack McNutt. Let me pull it up here on this page so you can see it.
Jack-
It came in the mail, and I was flipping through, and when I found the article, I immediately took a picture of the article in the magazine and sent it to Jack.
Wow.
And I said, dude, this is cool, man.
He made the magazine.
Yeah. If I could find the page, dude. So I should have flagged it, but I wanted to keep it nice. But it's real cool. Give me some soothing tones.
Yeah,
while I
he's
find it.
thumbing through this publication right now, trying to find a page that features our very own local guy, Jack McNutt here. And I can't wait to see. I had no idea about this. And the guy's doing stuff, man. He's a great guy in the community. You get most of y'all know him. Most of y'all bought stuff from him. And I'm happy to say that he is one half of the rhythm section that I'm involved in. So, my drummer man, Jack
Look,
McNutt.
there he is, dude. And
All right.
Matt's on there, and then Caleb, too.
Wow.
So all three of them are holding up guitars at Island, and it's just how they have. The article's about how music stores adapted to the COVID crisis.
Nice.
So I was thumbing through the magazine because I read all this stuff, and I was like, "Oh man, that's really cool." Because this isn't a mainstream publication where everybody's buddy's going to send someone a picture, but I get this magazine from my days of music retail. I always keep it because this is a really cool magazine.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then when I was flipping through there, I was like, "Oh, look at that! That's really cool, man." So shout out Jack McNutt, shout out Island Music. I'm reading the articles, man. It's really cool to see you guys out and
Yeah.
about in these different publications.
Yeah, he definitely reads it for the articles.
And the gear. I got to stay
Trust
up
me.
on the gear. But, dude, man, we've had a busy 2 weeks. was great catching up. Anything else you got to get into catching up wise before I preview what's on tap tonight?
I don't. I have some news, but I'll share it next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's up?
because it's not quite there yet, but it's going to happen. I just haven't done my homework. I've been given responsibilities, and I haven't had time to do it. Or else I could have better news this week, but I'll have better news next week.
All right.
It's big for
Fair
me.
enough.
It
For
feels
the
good.
band?
Huh?
For the band?
Well, no. I mean, indirectly, but me personally and the band indirectly and this show indirectly.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I can tease it if you'd like.
Yeah, tease it. All
Yeah,
right.
so
I don't even know about this.
No, you don't. I haven't told anybody because
right.
I haven't got it together yet.
Right.
I was contacted by the St. Mary's Arts Council, our good friends over there, Wednesday and all those
Right.
fine folks. And I'm up for Featured Artist of the Week.
Nice.
Yeah. So I get to put a little package together to sell my wares, so to speak. And that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I don't get to do things like that. People usually pick you to be on their shows, and they, you get to cross pollinate on other shows. And
Right.
usually I'm just like the afterthought.
Right.
But I get this. So
Cool.
once it's ready to go, we'll put it out there. And I think it'll be fun.
Hey, man, that's awesome.
That's the community support that I really, really love, man.
Shout out to Wednesday Davis and the St. Mary's County Art Council, and definitely Brandy Blackstone from the town of Leonardtown.
Absolutely.
Shout out both of those cats. They're doing the work down there in the county, and definitely thinking of you guys with all the damage out there. And I hope your homes are okay.
Yeah.
And if they're not, I hope they get repaired promptly and professionally. But wow, that's cool, dude. Real
Yeah.
cool. All right, dude. Well, this week it's episode 83 finally. And we're going to start off things like we usually do. In just a moment, we're going to get Mr. Higgins on the phone for Higgy on the Beat for preview the 10-ounce 12-pack sampler and see what else is happening. It's going to be real cool. Higgy on the Beat this week. Then we're doing the Island Music Guitar of the Week this week, and it's that really cool made in Japan traditional 50s Stratocaster. I love Japanese Fenders, and this Strat fits the bill, and the price is definitely very appealing. Very appealing for
I'll
what
start
you
thinking
get.
about this right now.
Right, cool. And then after that, we'll get Sean Kirkpatrick on the phone for Sean in 60 Seconds. Check in with him, see what's up. Then we'll take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and get Dylan Galvin on the phone and talk to him. It's been a little over a year since we've had him on the program.
Yeah.
We'll check in with him and see what's new in his world. He's doing these bunch of cool videos, explaining microphones and different things. He's really out there on social media, and I think that's kind of like what artists really are going to have to embrace going in the future, is really just being more socially active on the social media.
Yeah.
We were talking about that before we fired up the show about what I envision what bands should do in the future to get more engagement from their fans if shows are real limited. And when we were talking about it, would be really cool.
Yeah. We'll have to make that happen.
Yeah, man, that would be real cool. But dude, that's the show this week. What do you think about that?
It's going to be a great show, everybody.
Well, cool, dude. Give me some soothing tones. I'm gonna get Mr. Higgins on the phone from the Southern Maryland Chronicle, and we'll do Higgy on the Beat. What do you
That's
think?
right. Let's get it on. It's episode 83, Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show. David Higgins from the Southern Maryland Chronicle coming right up with Higgy on the Beat.
Yeah.
Good evening, gurus.
Hey, Higgy, what's happening, buddy?
Not much. What's going on, brothers?
Hey, man, dude, I still can't believe we're doing the show tonight compared to how the day started out this morning, man. Right?
It went from hurricanes and a hurricane to a tropical storm to tornadoes left and right to 80 degrees and sunny.
That's right.
All in the span of about 9 hours.
They say in Maryland, if you don't like the weather, just wait a few
Blink.
minutes. Yeah.
And you could certainly do that today.
Right, man. Wow. Well, dude, jump into it, man. Let's go, all right?
All right. Good evening, Southern Maryland. I'm Dave Higgins for Higgy on the Beat, coming to you live from the Southern Maryland Chronicle newsroom, where I've been mobile most of the day.
Nice.
This weekend looks to be in the mid to upper 80s with a slight chance of rain both days as usual. So let's get started with what's on tap this weekend in Southern Maryland with your 10-ounce 12-pack sampler, courtesy of Lynn Aron. And it's actually a 10-pack sampler this week because, given what the storm was doing, people weren't quite sure.
Right.
All right, Friday, Tiki Bar in Solomon's. We got Tickle Me Emo at 7 p.m.
All right.
Tap House 1637 is hosting Hit or Miss at 8 p.m.
Oh, shit. Hit or miss. Nice.
Yep. And Never Too Late will be at Toots Bar at 8 p.m. also.
All right.
On Saturday, Mr. Josh Earhart at 2 p.m. will be at the Running Hare Vineyard in Prince Frederick.
Cool.
Secondhand News, which is a Fleetwood Mac cover band, will be at the Running Hare also at 7 p.m.
All right.
Wild Good will be at Toots Bar at 8 p.m.
Oh, look at them. They're back playing. That's cool to see
Yep.
them out there.
Our buddies over at 3 Days of Rain will be at Seabreeze at 8 p.m.
Right. Do we know if Seabreeze took damage today?
Big time.
Yes, they did, but their loyal customers showed up at 12 o'clock when they reopened and cleaned the place right up.
Wow.
All right. So that show's on.
So-
All right.
Yes.
Cool.
Our buddies over at Hydra FX will be at Last Drop Country Bar at 8 p.m.
All right.
And the Justin Taylor Band, which they have not played around here in a while. Justin Taylor hasn't played around here in a while. They will be over at Ape Hangers Bar and Grill at 9 p.m.
Oh, wow. Here you go. Quick tease. Justin Taylor's on the show next week. Go on, Higgy.
And on Sunday, as of right now, I've got one thing, and it'll be at Seabreeze. We got Drivetrain at 3 p.m.
All right.
So when going out in public, please wear your mask when social distancing is not possible. Let's help keep our restaurants and bars open by abiding by these simple steps just to help prevent the spread of COVID. Whether you agree with it or not, if the health department walks in and sees people not doing it, the owner of the restaurant or bar is going to get fined and possibly shut down.
Right.
It's as simple as that. You know, they want you there so you can have a good time with your friends, but they've got to follow rules that they don't make, and it's their license, their business. So
That's right.
Yep.
if you're going to partake in any drinking, please have a DD or at least use an Uber or a Lyft. And as always, support local music.
Yeah, man, it's real cool to see this schedule this week. Seeing all the bands that have been on the show back out playing.
Well, it's nice to see the bands coming back now and not just acoustic acts.
Right. Yeah. It's
You know, when everything first started opening back up, it was just acoustic stuff because they could only do, you know, indoor. There was only so many people. They didn't have the outside seating yet set up yet. You know.
yeah, it's cool.
So, all right, today in music history, which will be August 6th, 1960, Chubby Checker appeared on the U.S. TV show American Bandstand and performed The Twist. The song went to number 1 on the U.S. chart, and again 18 months later in 1962. It is the only song to go to the top of the charts on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah, Chubby Checker.
1981, Miss Stevie Nicks released her first solo album, Belladonna, which contained 4 top 40 U.S. hits. Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Tom Petty, Leather and Lace with Don Henley, Edge of 17, and After the Glitter Fades.
Dude, that's like an all-star collaboration album.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah,
I love when you see albums like that where, you know, it's got like 18 songs on it or something like that, and every one of the songs is with some other megastar.
Right, but at that time they were like just whatever. Not the
Yeah.
song, man.
Layer party.
All right, 1988. Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses' debut album, went to number 1 in the U.S. after spending 51 weeks on the chart and selling over 5 million copies.
I remember
Singles
that.
on the album, Sweet Child O' Mine, Welcome to the Jungle, and Paradise City were all top 10 U.S. hits. Worldwide sales now stand in excess of 28 million, and the album is the best-selling debut album of all time in the U.S., beating Boston's debut album, Boston, which has gone 17 times platinum.
Wow.
I remember those
Dude,
days.
we're never going to see numbers like that ever
Dude,
again, man.
No, you're not going to.
Never.
Now it's all going to be digital sales. You know, they're going to have to come up with some kind of, comparative thing.
Albums are kind of like going away. Artists are just releasing song by song now.
Well, yeah. Now, I mean, that's how you can buy it. Like, you go on Apple Music, you can buy them by the song, or
But I
or
remember,
if you subscribe to Apple Music, you pay $10 a month, and you can get whatever you want.
But I was 14 when this came out, and it just it changed everything when this came out as a young teenager, man. It was
That was
it blew me
to me.
away.
That was the golden age of rock for me.
Yeah, it was
You know?
amazing.
Yeah, I remember it, man. That was
This
awesome.
this was leading up. It was still the hair band era, but it was leading up to the grunge era coming in.
Yep.
Yep.
You know. And then pretty much after that, music sucked.
We could do 3 shows about that.
All right. In 2004, Rick James was found dead at his Los Angeles home. Known as the king of punk funk, James scored the 1981 U.S. number 3 album Street Songs and the 81 U.S. number 16 single Super Freak Part 1. In the late 60s, James worked as a songwriter and producer for Motown, working with Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. Addicted to cocaine, he once admitted to spending $7,000 a week on drugs for 5 years.
God, how can your body handle all that? That's the remarkable
apparently it couldn't.
It didn't, yeah.
I mean, how do you last 1 week doing that, let alone years?
I don't know.
I mean, wow. I mean, dude, it's just impressive. That's impressive. I mean, it's.
I had a Sunday fun day this past week, and I was hurting yesterday morning. I don't know how you could do that every day.
I don't know.
Did it cost $7,000?
No, it only cost me about $60. Now there were steamed shrimp involved with it too.
There we go.
Pitchers of beer and steamed shrimp for $20.
Living the good life, the charm life, my friend.
Right.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. Born on this day, 1928. Andy Warhol, pop artist and producer, the founder of the pop art movement, produced and managed the Velvet Underground, designed this 1967 Velvet Underground and Nico Peeled Banana album cover, the Rolling Stones Sticky Finger album cover. Warhol died on February 22nd, 1987 after a gallbladder operation.
Oh, really? Damn. That's a shitty way to go.
Yeah. 1952, American musician and songwriter Pat McDonald from Timbuk3, who had the 87 UK number 21 single, The Future's So Bright I Gotta Wear Shades. He formed a duo with his wife, Barbara K. McDonald, who has co-written songs recorded by Aerosmith, Cher, Jules Holland, Billy Ray Cyrus, Sakura, Keith Urban, Imogen Heap, Stuart Copeland, and Peter Frampton.
That's cool.
Nice.
1972, Jerry Halliwell for Ginger Spice, the vocals from the Spice Girls, who scored the 96 UK number 1 and 97 US number 1 single Wannabe, plus 7 other number 1 singles. She left the group on June 7, 1998, and her first UK solo number 1 single was 1999's Mi Chico Latino. Halliwell has scored more UK number 1 hits than any other female artist.
Wow. Did not know that.
And I did not know that either until just then. And I wrote this.
Lord.
It's been that kind of day.
I understand it, man, and you're running on fumes, too.
Yes, I am running on fumes. I've been up since about 2:30ish. All right, the only birthday that I know this week in Southern Maryland would be Chris Klontz. He is the husband of Kelly Klontz. Both of them are professional drag bike racers based out of MDIR.
Okay.
Okay. Can I throw one out that they hit us with late tonight?
Sure.
No, you can't do that.
Okay,
you
fine.
didn't get it in time.
Fine.
Who you got?
All right, this one goes out to Rockin' Rob Lehman, man.
Oh, yeah, Rockin' Rob.
Yeah,
As Carly would
super
say.
fan and bandmate Jim Kobe threw this at us this evening to make sure
Yes.
we mentioned it because we love Jim Kobe, we love Rob, and we love all the
Yes.
guys. 3 Days of Rain.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so Rockin' Rob, enjoy it, buddy.
Yeah,
enjoy
happy
it.
See,
birthday.
I do miss some of these things. I'm friends with Rob, but sometimes people don't put their birthdays listed on their Facebook.
Yeah, as they get
So
older,
it doesn't show up.
As they get older, they don't want people to know.
Right.
I wish we could just switch it over from birthday to levels.
Yes, we could.
Oh, wow.
Next, your weekly wrap on music news. Check me out on Facebook.com/Higgy on the beat. And as always, follow the Chronicle on Facebook at Facebook.com/SOMD Chronicle or SouthernMarylandChronicle.com for all your local, state, and regional news, weather, and sports.
Awesome, Higgy. This was really cool, buddy.
Quick night. I'm ready to go to bed, but I still got work to do.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Lots of high energy, man. You got it, brother. You keep on kicking.
I don't know where it's coming from. I'm running on probably adrenaline.
That's cool.
That's cool. Run with it. All right, man. We'll catch you next
All
week.
right, guys.
all right?
Have a great show. I'll talk to you next week.
All right, man. See you later, buddy.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's it, man. Higgy on the beat here
That's
on
right.
the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show.
coming in and out like a robbery this week. Got
Right,
a lot
man.
going on, man.
Wow, dude, appetite for destruction, dude.
It already has started bringing back a lot of memories. Well, since we talked about it a few minutes ago.
I know.
Wow,
yeah, it's like-
things I can't talk about, but
right. But
man,
I'm just saying, dude. Remember, Clint Eastwood, the Dirty Harry movie that had Guns N' Roses in it.
yeah,
Right.
the
So-
Deadpool.
Deadpool. That's
yeah,
right.
I think they got sued for that, but
Yeah.
that's a whole different fact. But yeah, it was neat.
Yeah, that was cool because that was happening at a time. It's just wow, dude. The way we buy music now compared to then is just wow.
Yeah, you figure it's been 33 years since they recorded that video. Welcome to the Jungle
Right,
at the
yeah.
Whiskey a Go-Go. That just happened the other day. It's been that long. Dude, how old is everyone right now? I feel old as shit right now.
Right. It's like, man, dude. I don't get it, man, but shout out. Man.
I loved watching the video on MTV when they showed videos.
When they showed videos.
They
I
showed-
know there's
yeah.
kids out there that don't understand music. MTV was once called music television.
That's right.
They dropped the USIC a long time ago, and they just keep forgetting to take it off their logo.
Yeah. Happy 40th anniversary, MTV. Thanks for the 13 years of music.
Yep. Talk about a channel that's just totally irrelevant to my life. If it went away, it would mean nothing.
But it was so pivotal in our youth.
Yeah, I know, but dude, that's called the management that was in place didn't put in the right people to take it over.
No, they didn't.
So that's
No one cares about your teen pregnancy. Whatever shows
I mean,
they
dude,
started
they can
showing.
have all those shows. They just don't need to have them all day, every day. Fuck, man. I remember the Real World used to come on once a week, and if you didn't catch it, that was it. You had to wait.
Right.
And what was cool is the day it came on, they used to play the episode before, you know what I mean? So you could catch up.
Yeah.
Then it turned in, they played the whole fucking season. Dude,
Yeah.
it was the best.
What a
Anyway.
fucking disaster.
Yeah.
All right,
dude.
Enough of that, Bill.
Yes.
Sorry.
Dude, guitar of the week. This
Yes.
week, we got the Fender Made in Japan Traditional 50 Stratocaster. All right? So, the overview on this, everything great about the 50 reissues into one guitar. The Fender Made in Japan Traditional 50 Stratocaster has a one-piece maple U-shaped neck and fingerboard. It's very highly resonant and feels classic with its larger neck, giving you a distinctive 50s feel. Using vintage-style single-coil Strat pickups, the Made in Japan Strat gives you a wide range of tones from a clean-like bell-like chime to a quack that is often used to describe a classic Strat, man. Quack. Right. The Fender Traditional Strat is also equipped with a 6-saddle vintage-style synchronized tremolo, helping you deliver those great warbling Hank Marvin-like sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this 50s traditional Japanese Strat is one fine example of Japanese-made Fenders. So you have to understand that there's a certain segment of guitar players that love Japanese Fenders because of the history behind how they're manufactured over there, which we'll get to in just a minute. But I have to tell you, man, this was a fine example, a great Strat. If you're in the market for a Strat and you like Japanese Fenders, you should definitely demo this thing out. I have a couple Japanese Fenders. I dearly love them, and you're getting a quality instrument. The tone on this Strat was real. The feel was awesome. And let's talk about the single coil pickups. They're vintage style single coils. The Fender vintage style single coils offer that 50s vibe in abundance, but slightly underwound. They have a great dynamic range, I found. This will mean you will have to churn your amp up a little bit more to get the same volume, but that only means you work the power tubes a little harder, allowing your amp to open up a bit further. Plus, with my rig here, I could really load the power up, man, dude. And that's where these guitars really come and play, man. And only in certain situations you get to really enjoy that because the volume's usually so loud.
Right.
So you definitely should get a load box for your tube amp. But, dude, this has got a basswood body. The Japanese reissues used in the 90s, it had a lighter wood than you would normally find on alder or ash, meaning you can play this thing for ages as it won't fatigue your shoulders. So it's a Strat with a basswood body. So that's what's cool.
Yeah, that is.
So, and it's light. So during the break, I'm gonna pull my other 50s Japanese Strat down. I'll let you hold it, let you see, because it's almost identical to the one I reviewed. So that's kind of cool for you. This has loads of character. The now popular 5-way selector switch is included, a feature that Stratocasters would not adopt until 1977. A 5-way selector switch gives you no shortage of tones from the classic chime and bell-like characteristics that give that Strat that was intended to produce that quack, honk, or nasal character. It's got it all, man. Giving you everything from jazz, rock and roll to funk and blues with one hand tied behind its back.
Ooh.
That's what this guitar brings. Let me tell you what you can expect. Made in Japan, MIJ is a marker dictating a certain prestige amongst Fender players and collectors. Its sustained quality is not only a product of top-tier materials, but a dedication to expertise and craft. The new Fender Made in Japan Hybrid 60 Strat or 50 Stratocaster absolutely deserves the respect that's become apparent with its limited iconic tone and modern feel. You're going to be rewarded with very limited time capsule, what will become part of Fender's history. The celebration of the Made in Japan stamped Fenders pay homage to those builders while listed offering you something new, man. And I just love Japanese Fenders, and this is how the story went down. I'm going to produce these names wrong. I'm going to pronounce them wrong, so I want to apologize up front because I tried to figure out how to do it, and I just couldn't figure out how to do it. So bear with me. But here's a brief history of how Japanese Fenders came to be. Fender Japan formed with Fujijin Gaki in 1982, and they originally made 6 reissues of popular models. By 1984, CBS sold off Fender while listed waiting for a new USA-based factory to continue production. The Fender Japan models came into the American market. By 1993, Crafted in Japan took over the familiar Made in Japan because Tokei Gaki and Dyna or Gaki, I can't see, that's what I was debating on, Gaki or Gaki. I don't understand. Took over manufacturing from Fujijin Gaki, all right? This is too much.
Yeah.
But the instruments reached an incredible standard and are revered by players and collectors. Since 2015, when Fender took over Fender Japan, the Made in Japan badge encapsulates the Japanese style of craft and allows a new generation to understand what the fuss is all about. So, again, I apologize for horribly pronouncing the Japanese names there. But, dude, I had some early 80s Fender Japan Fenders. They're awesome instruments, dude. They're so right. It's just insane. And the new ones are just there on the same quality, man. Same quality, man. Highly suggest everybody check it out, man. So what we got here is the Made in Japan traditional 50s Stratocaster with a basswood body, a polyester finish. It's got the I put the wrong name on here, but it's got the Inca silver.
Okay.
So these are the specs. It's got a maple neck, U-shape, polyester finish on the neck, which I love how the Japanese Fenders put the polyester finish on the necks. And I'll let you hold on to it because it gives you that nice look. It doesn't give you the sticky feel of a gloss. It's got a 25.5-inch scale length, a 7.25-quarter-inch radius, a rosewood fingerboard. I'm sorry, no, it's maple fingerboard. It's one piece. I'm sorry. 21 frets, synthetic bone, and a 1.65-inch nut width. And it's got block dot inlays. Vintage coil single strap pickups adorn the bridge, middle, and neck positions. It's got the classic Strat of controls, a volume and 2 tone knobs. Sorry, man.
All right.
I'm drinking. 6 saddle, vintage style synchronized tremolo. Chrome die-cast tuning machines, and vintage white plastic tuning knobs, man, or control knobs. But that's Guitar of the Week, dude. It's awesome.
It's awesome, man. I would love to have checked that out.
Right. Well, on break, I'm gonna pull down my other Japanese Strat, which is the traditional. It's the '60s version, very similar, but you can get the idea.
Okay. Sounds good, man.
That's the Island Music Guitar of the Week, man.
Yeah, courtesy of Island Music.
Yeah.
The plate of Maryland.
Right. Charles Street.
Yeah, right there.
go check them out. Right. But no, dude, it's an awesome guitar. I love the tone. It stayed in tune. If you're in the market for a Strat and you don't want to bust a lot of money, you can save a lot of money and actually get something really cool, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, Mr. Alban, what do you think this instrument cost?
Wow. Well, I've been thinking about it while you were talking about it, like I always do every week.
Sure.
I'm usually way off or way over, way under. Sometimes I'm close. Made in Japan, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
MIJ.
Not the CIJ of the old, crafted in Japan.
Right. They changed back.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say, let's go with $8.99.
Wow, dude, you're $100 high. It's $7.99.
Wow. Okay. All right.
$7.99. So we created $100 in value.
Yep.
And it's an awesome guitar, man. It's $7.99. No hard shell case, no soft shell case. It's at $7.99.
Yeah. Here's the guitar.
Boom.
You're going to want to change the strings when you buy it. Here's the guitar.
Right, exactly. But yeah, $7.99, fantastic instrument. So you're talking a standard Strat from Mexico is $6.99.
Yeah.
This traditional model from Japan is $7.99. And then I think the most value-based American Strat is $9.99.
Okay.
But they're all three different types of Strats.
Right.
That's what, and I'm happy to say now that I have one from everywhere
Of each, right.
and I can really appreciate the different constructions
Yeah.
and how they are made. But awesome guitar.
Yeah, what do you think about this Japanese model as far as like taking it out and gigging with it?
It's
a workhorse, right?
That's what it's pretty much. I mean, like we've talked on this show before, there's these super high-end instruments from Japan and America. If you're spending that kind of money, you're going to keep them home no matter what.
Sure.
At this price point, you can take that Strat on the road, take it gigging, get it some stories, get it some age on it, she's going to be good for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's a forever guitar.
That's the cool part about that guitar.
Yeah.
Take it on the road. It's going to be where it's never going to let you down, and it's not going to break the bank.
Love it.
That's what I love about it, man.
That's a great value, man.
Cool. Well, good, dude. Let's transition. Let's get Sean on the program. What do you think about that?
Hell
Let's just
yeah.
roll with it because we're running late.
We
man.
are running behind the gun. So here comes Sean Kirkpatrick. Sean in 60 seconds.
I'm just dialing it up, dude. I'm running behind, man. We're talking a lot, but we had to catch up, man.
It's the speed round.
Right. Hopefully he picks up.
Good evening, gurus.
Hey, Sean, what's happening, buddy?
What's going on, fellas?
Nothing, man. We've been rapping all show because we were out last week, and so we're catching up and we're running behind a little bit, but it's all good. We got you on the phone now. We just finished up Guitar of the Week. It was that awesome Stratocaster from Japan. So,
Oh, man.
Dude, I love some Japanese Fenders, and this Strat delivered. It delivered.
Oh, man. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, man. So what's happening with you, man?
I am losing my fucking mind.
Okay.
Everything is like, I'm just done with this whole COVID thing and all this other stuff. But I had a pretty good weekend. I haven't been working way too much, man. I barely got any sleep lately, and I'm losing my mind. So
All right.
on Friday, I played with Nightcap over at the Tap House off of Green Knot Road.
Okay.
That was pretty good. That was the second time that I got to play with them, and I'm getting more comfortable with those guys, or with Sean Howe anyway. Playing with Tara is easy because I've played with her before, but their arrangements are a little different. And then Saturday I ended up doing sound for the Justin Taylor band down at the Tiki Bar.
Okay.
That was pretty wicked.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a pretty good time. They had the green roof open and everything like that. Everybody's doing their 6-foot distancing and stuff, but it was still a good time, My friend Alex called me. She's a sound guy for Red Eyes over on Ken Island, and needed someone to fill in for her on Sunday during the day
Right.
for a bikini contest.
Nice.
So yeah, I sat there and monitored the DJ channel for the day, and then I went over to the Jetty and played my sample pad with John Fraze over the night. And then I came back to the farm Monday morning and got to work, and then did the same thing again today.
But it's so funny, like, this time last week, if you had asked me, I would have only had the nightcap gig, and that was it. And then within like 2 days, I get booked for like 3 or 4 other events or other things, and I'm just like, there's no security right now. I'm like, that's really what's bugging me is like I have nothing planned for next weekend.
Oh wow, man, that's tough, dude. That's real tough.
Yeah, I mean, I can get work, but it's like, you know, I don't want to just like book something stupid and then get offered something better later or whatever, you know. And plus, I got to keep the dates open for Gary.
Right.
But good news, there's a band called More. There was Starley. They asked me to play with them on August 29th for the Herndon Friday Night Live stream over in Virginia.
Okay.
And they're like a 80s or 90s rock band, 80s rock band probably. The singer was from a band called Reagan Years, and apparently they're actually very good. I've heard a lot of good things about them. I've watched a couple videos online, so I'm pretty excited. They sent me, you know, they have the whole set list, like click tracks and everything, so I'm working on that. We're going to get a little rehearsal in, and then that should be a little interesting, because that'll be the first time I actually get to use my full drum set again since this whole lockdown thing started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Knock the dust off of that bad boy.
Right. It's been, what, March 15th was the last time March 14th was the last time I brought the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. So is the Girl Crush and the Trilogy thing over with, too? Or what's going on with those things?
The Girl Crush thing is, I mean, that's definitely not over. That's Hannah's thing. You know, I'm still going to be playing with them whenever I can. It's kind of like I guess that would be my number one option right now. It's just to, like, I want to make sure that I get to play with them whenever I can, because I like playing with them.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know. I honestly really don't know about anything anymore. I know Trilogy is, well, I'm the only member left in Trilogy, let's just say that.
Wow.
Jeez.
They left you high and dry, man. That's fucked up, dude.
It didn't leave me high and dry. I can replace them all if I wanted to. I mean, if Gary wants to throw a bunch of guys at me, that's fine, you know, and I'll just figure it out from there, you know, if I need to. But yeah, I'm in like a gray area right now. I'm just going with emotions, I guess.
So it's just you left then, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, like I said, so Aaron says that we can take the tax ID number, we can take all that stuff, and just keep on going with it between me and Gary. And if Tara wants to be a part of it still, then she's totally allowed to. But she's weird about she's got some sort of connection with the name and the people, and it's just like the name is just the selling thing or whatever. It's just for the venues to kind of recognize what style of music we're doing.
Sure.
Doesn't really mean that much for a cover band, in my opinion. But you know, other people have different opinions, I guess. So.
Yeah, everybody has different opinions. That's correct.
Yep. So I'm pretty much just a hired gun at this point, and just gonna hone in on my craft a little bit. I've been talking to Sheila quite a bit. She texted me this morning, and she's talking about these underground drum camps that are going on, or she wants to put one together.
Nice.
Yeah, like invite only sort of thing. So I would love to get in on that. Yeah.
I bet.
Wow.
Dude, well, who's got the Trilogy Nissan van? Does Aaron still have it, or did he sell it?
He still has it, but he's trying to sell it. So if you know anybody looking for a van,
Well, what's the price?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I get it, man. That's tough too, because who says the guys Gary send your way? One of them has a van.
Right.
You know.
I mean, that's neither here nor there. If they don't have a van, then if we do end up continuing with Trilogy and I use a bunch of new musicians or whatever, then it's just going to go back to everybody driving themselves. We'll hire a production guy and do it that way. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea what the hell's going on anymore.
It's 2020, baby.
It's 2020, dude. It's just another kick in the pills. I get it.
Yeah. Speaking of pills,
Yeah.
Get some of that hydroxychloroquine up in here.
Oh, you got to put the zinc in it.
You gotta
or it
put the
doesn't
zinc.
work.
Oh, right.
All right, dude. Well, dude, it was good catching up with you, man. We'll be at it next week. We actually got Justin Taylor coming on next week.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that'll be cool, man. All right?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, dude. Sean from the Guitar Gurus, we say thank you. Good night, sir.
Thank you, guys. It's always a pleasure. You guys have a great night.
All right, man.
brother.
See you next
Later.
week. All right.
See ya.
See ya. There he goes, man.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Sean, man, real quick, man. Talk about being a trooper, dude.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, dude.
Dude, what bands are out there that need a drummer already? Why is no one called?
Maybe they
Get
didn't
something
know
going
he was
on.
available, or
I
he's
mean,
out
dude,
there, man.
Dude, he's got the keys to that trilogy gig. I mean, there's some guys out there that are looking to do some music full time, serious. Give Sean send him a message.
That's right.
I mean, the opportunities are out there if you're willing to take the chance.
That's all it takes, man. Take the chance.
Take the chance. Take the chance.
Ah.
But dude, we came back. We missed a week. We hit the first segment, and we're only 1 minute over our normal time.
Yeah,
How
that's
about
it.
That?
That's it. Right.
That's cool. I felt I rushed Sean at the end a little bit, but that's fine. He's on next week. He can fill it in. But I feel terrible. We need to find him some people to play with on a steady basis.
Yeah.
So,
Well, let's make it happen.
yeah, people, get it going on. All right, dude. I think we'll take a break.
Cool.
Come back, and then we're gonna get Dylan Galvin on the phone system.
right.
Check in with him again. It's been a little over a year since he's been on the program. I think a year and 3 weeks or 2 weeks. It's
If
been
you're
that
counting,
quick.
yeah.
It's something like that. But it's just over a year. I'll check in with him again. But he's doing these cool web videos. He's really active on the social media, and I really think that's going to be the wave of the future of how musicians going to interact with their fans on an ongoing basis
Yeah.
to deliver new content.
He's
So-
got it. He's got it figured out.
Yeah. So we'll talk to him, check in what's new in his world, and remember, he lives out in California,
That's right.
so that's kind of cool too. We're gonna get a perspective on his side of the world, on the country.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Stay tuned for that,
Cool.
folks. It's coming right up.
All right, guys, it's Guitar Gurus with Dan and Dan. We'll be right back after these words. And we're Southern Maryland's #1 choice for music talk radio. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Are we still are, right?
We still are, dude. Hey, it was
Okay.
awful week. I'm off my game, so I'm gonna promo the shit out of this right now.
Yes.
Right. Okay. It's Guitar Gurus with Dan and Dan. We're Southern Maryland's #1 choice for music talk radio. We'll be right back after these words.
Yo, 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 Alban, let's talk construction.
All right, Mr. Harsher, what's up?
Our good friends at Allied Renovations can offer the best value when it comes to replacing your home's exterior, whether it be your roof or facade. Did you know that?
How does he do it?
Streamlined operations. Jesse and his team have been part of the roofing community since 2015. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, Jesse has some of the deepest roots in our community. Did you know that?
Why does that matter?
Because you don't have to worry about the here today, gone tomorrow contractor schemes that are out there.
Well, you know he's going to be around. That's some great stability.
Yes, it is. So if and when the time comes, your home needs help with its roof or facade, please don't forget to contact Jesse Wickline at Allied Renovations. That number is 301-399-7031. Once again, that number is 301-399-7031. They are waiting for your call.
Tattoos last forever. They're a permanent statement about your personality and style. Do you want to spend the rest of your life with ink that looks like it's been done by some junior apprentice? Or do you want a custom tattoo from Christopher Lane Tattoos? Chris has over 10 years in the biz and uses the best ink and machines in the industry. Check out Christopher Lane Tattoo's Instagram feed today and you will just see for yourself that he does some of the finest work in the Southern Maryland area. Give him a follow today and you will just marvel over the attention to detail in his work. Christopher Lane Tattoos on Instagram is your start on a pathway to tattoo bliss. Book your appointment through Christopher Lane Tattoo's Instagram private messaging service for an exclusive bonus that only Guitar Guru listeners are eligible for. Follow Christopher Lane Tattoos on Instagram today. Yo, 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 Alban, let's talk site maintenance solutions with Cooper Construction.
Okay, great. Why are we outside?
I wanted you to see how Cooper Construction's handling my site with the installation of my new septic tank system.
Oh, I'm loving all this heavy equipment I'm seeing.
You need this kind of equipment for this type of work.
You say, do you?
Yeah, man. Cooper Constructions offers complete site solutions for septic tanks and mounds, lot clearing up to 3 acres, and most importantly, stormwater management.
Okay, let me get this straight. Cooper Construction offers site maintenance for lot clearing, septic systems, and stormwater management?
You are correct.
Does Cooper Construction have all the credentials needed for this type of work?
Yes, they do, my friend. Cooper Construction has over 20 years experience in the construction world.
How do we get a hold of them?
That's easy. Just dial 301-683-7766 and ask for a site visit today. Again, that number is 301-683-7766. Give them a call. You can also reach them on the web at buildwithcooper.com. Cooper Construction. From site to site, they will treat you right.
What's up, y'all? This is Sam Grow, and you're listening to the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show.
The Southern Maryland Guitar Gurus, the only guys that would do a live broadcast from Dog Patch. We see each other through different eyes.
Oh yeah, we're back from break. It's the Guitar Gurus with Dan and Dan. We're Southern Maryland's #1 choice for music talk radio, Mr. Alban. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm loving life, man. It's Tuesday. We get to do this every week.
Yeah.
We're sitting here, man, just hanging out, talking about music, talking to musicians, talking about the haps of the community, and having a couple of frosty ones, man. Who couldn't love anything more than this?
Right, man. I get it, dude. I'm into it. And yeah, guess what? To start off the second half of the show, I'm going to crank one.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
man.
that has some snap, dude.
I joined you, but I popped mine right before we
always do
came
that.
back from commercial.
Dude, you do that like Heartbeat's putting out a new bass amp that no one's going to buy because no one wants to take amps anywhere.
Well,
anymore.
you know, nobody wants to do that anymore. I agree 100%. I don't even want to do it anymore.
Right. And if I'm going to lug an amp, it's not going to be a heart key. It's going to be an amp head.
No,
Sorry.
I did my time lugging heart keys back in the day.
right. I'm good.
I'm taking my 410 and my 15 to the gig.
Fuck you, man. I need it. Knowing damn well you only needed the 410. You were just taking the 115 because you thought it was cool.
Yeah.
The 90s. What we did, what we thought was cool.
But we thought it was cool. Come to find out, I could have lived on a 210, actually.
Right. Yeah, good stuff.
Who knows?
Oh, dude, great. Hey, all right, so, dude, our featured guest this week is a returning guest. Now he's going to become a repeat offender. It's his second appearance on the show, a little bit over a year ago. But we got the Southern Maryland's own Dylan Galvin coming up, man.
Yeah.
He's out living the California life. He's got a different perspective on how COVID's affected him, and I actually look forward to hearing his take on it. And all the guys around here in Southern Maryland, hey man, you're going to get to hear firsthand, on the ground account of what it's like to be you on the west coast of the country. So, man, listen up, man. This could be a learning experience, man.
Sure.
Yeah, so I look forward to it. So give me some soothing tones and I'll get him on the phone. What do you think?
Yeah, get him dialed up. We're getting Dylan Galvin on the show here on the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show, episode 83. Coming at you right here.
Yeah, here we go, man.
Hello.
Hey, Dylan, it's Dan from Guitar Gurus. You want to go on the air, buddy?
Absolutely.
Awesome, dude. All right, well, we're in the studio. We got the mics turned on. I got my co-host, Mr. Alban, with me. And Mr. Alban, say hi to Dylan.
Dylan, good evening. How are you, sir?
How you doing?
Man, it's awesome to have you back on here again. Thank you for taking the time to do this with us once again, man.
Thank you for bringing me on, man.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure.
Yeah, man, you just been killing it, man. I've been watching what you've been doing the past year, man, and you just are killing it on all fronts of social media. I wish I was a resident out on the West Coast so I could actually catch you out and about one day. But you know, dude, it's just we're just glad to have you back, man. So in the Reader's Digest version, just give us what's been going on in your life in the past year, and you know, of course, we know COVID, so bring that up too. But then we'll start on the social media videos that I'm going crazy for. All right?
Oh, sure, man.
So I think I've been out here for about 3 years now, and the first, I'd say up until recently, up until probably about the last few months, I really had to spend a tremendous amount of time doing what is called admin work, which is all the things that suck, but you have to do them in order to kind of have the infrastructure for doing music as a business. Sure. And that's why it's helpful. It's really helpful to have a band, because you can divvy that work up between the members. But if you're going really like truly solo, there's just a lot of things you have to keep in mind. Things I never foresaw, like forming an LLC and getting insurance for all my equipment. So I had to inventory every piece of anything that I own that's related to music. I had to take photographs of it and document it and do all the serial numbers, and that took a tremendous amount of time. But my car was broken into and a bunch of gear was stolen, so it was something that was necessary, and all that stuff is out of the way now. So right now it's just I'm getting a lot of time to crank out a bunch of music, and it's at a pace I've never done before, which I'm really grateful for. I know there's been a lot of people that have been following me for a long time, and I haven't been putting out music at the rate that I was hoping, but that's coming now. It's in the works right now, so I'm really happy about that. COVID has between the riots everywhere and the virus, it's completely changed the landscape. Right now, technically in Los Angeles, there was they banned live music, so there is no live music in LA County whatsoever. Wow. At all. So it's all, right now it's pretty much all digital. I have a few gigs outside of LA County, but for the most part, the live music scene is done here, and it's pretty rough. I miss it a lot. I already missed home enough, but not getting to play at all is really it's tricky, because you gotta find another way of basically restructuring what you do when your main gig is gone. You just have to adapt. It's like you have to adapt or you have to quit, and quitting is not really an option. So I've been in my room and at the studio every week. I've been going to the studio and recording new covers, new originals. I was able to save up some money and invest in studio time. So from now until about January, I'm going to be going about once a week to the studio to record cover songs, original songs, instrumentals, and I'm arranging the parts, producing, I'm mixing, recording all the instruments and everything. So it's been a big challenge because it's a lot to learn to do all that stuff, but that's what I have to do, and I want to do it because I know there's people that have been patiently waiting for me to release new music, and I want to get it to them. So that's what I've been doing.
Wow, man. Well, dude, let's get back. Right before COVID hit big time in LA.
Yeah.
What were you working on? What were you excited for? What was right then and there before that hit?
So before that hit, I was working on the last couple of years. It's been a slow climb to kind of get enough attention where you're playing regularly. So on back home, back in the East Coast, Southern Maryland, Virginia, even Delaware, I was playing. I had a lot of gigs. I knew a lot of people. I had a lot of friends. I knew a lot of venue owners, and so there was always another gig like in the works. But out here, California it's super spread out. So there's no area that is like your hometown area. It's not like you're going to go out and see your same friend at some restaurant again. It's just so there's 40 million people in California, so, and it's just everything is hugely spread out, and there's also a lot more musicians. There are tens of thousands more, hundreds of thousands more, and that creates a lot of challenges for getting booked. And on top of that, it's kind of like, I don't know if I said this metaphor last time when we talked on the show, but California is kind of like you show up to a carnival, right? And there's a merry-go-round, and everyone's on the merry-go-round, and you're not. And you see an empty horse, and you're like, oh, I need to get on that horse. And the people in the merry-go-round, they're not necessarily going to like stop you from getting on, but they're not really going to help you. They're just going to watch you. and see if you can get on, because they had to too. It's kind of like that. So because of that, it took a long time to get into the scene and get enough work to, make a living. But that I finally got there. But then COVID hit, and it just completely stopped the live scene. I was starting to aim my sights at balancing out cover gigs and original gigs, because those are two different worlds as well. You have your cover gigs where, sometimes you're playing at a restaurant, your background music, or you're playing a wedding or a private party or something, and it's not really about the show. You're just providing, kind of an ambiance for the night.
Right.
And then there's the original gigs, which is you sell tickets, you bring out your friends, you bring out your fans, and you play music explicitly for them, and you share the night together. You bear a part of your soul for them, and you're connected to the music the whole night. And I was starting to go in that direction and get some original gigs booked, but COVID just put the hammer down on that, and it stopped everything. And I was actually, the crazy part was I got COVID, where I'm convinced I had it early in March. I've never gone to the hospital for being sick before in my life. I'm pretty stubborn. I've been in a car accident before. I didn't go to the hospital. I've hit a tree. I've been really sick. I've been, throwing up for days, never gone to the hospital. And I got home from a gig and I didn't feel well. And I was like, I need to lay down. I'm not feeling so hot. And I laid there for about 12 days. And then it was about a month before I started feeling better. And I was having breathing trouble. I had one of the highest fevers I've ever had. My body was in such pain, like overall, like head to toe. Sitting down, standing up, touching something was like excruciatingly painful. And the only time I felt normal was like right after I got out of like a burning hot shower. So I ended up driving to the hospital at UCLA because I was just so sick, and I was like, I gotta get this taken care of, because I didn't really know a whole lot about the virus at first. It was still kind of new then, but I went to the hospital. I went through all these different buildings, and they finally directed me to the right one. So I stood in line, and they tell the lady, here are my symptoms, and if you sound like you have it, then they put you in this other line. So I did that. She's like, oh yeah, it sounds like you got it. So they put me in this line. I waited. I finally get to the front of the line, and they go, oh yeah, we're out of tests. We just ran out. So go home and drink water and just try not to die. And I was like, that's it? Like, that's it? They're like, well, we can admit you and put you on a breathing machine if you'd like. And I was like, does that cost money? They're like, do you have health insurance? I was like, no. They're like, yeah, it's going to cost a lot of money. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to go home now. So I went home and
tried not to die.
What's that?
And tried not to die.
Exactly, and tried not to die. That is exactly what I did for 12 days. I mean, I'm talking like I could not play the guitar. I couldn't play the guitar. I could do nothing. I went on Facebook Live to tell people how I felt, and then I laid back down. I watched Netflix and did nothing. I had no energy. It was the sickest. Yeah, it was the longest I've ever been that sick. And it was weird because I've never had like a virus or anything that makes you feel mentally weird. Like, one of the things that I noticed about this that wasn't typical of any other flu or cold that I had was it was like mental fog, where you forget where you are, and you forget like your name, and you just feel lost. Like, it's really weird. It's hard to explain, but it was really scary. It's almost like having Alzheimer's or like amnesia or something. Yeah. And that was another symptom that I think affects certain people. So I never officially got tested. I never got the 4-foot Q-tip jammed up my nose and my brain tickled. But I talked with a doctor who he's got 50 years in the medical profession, and he's a personal friend of mine. And after I told him all my symptoms, he's like, yeah, I think you had it. So yeah, I stayed away from everyone for a while, and yeah, that was not. I would not call that fun, but that was the beginning. So I got sick from it, and then after that, after I started feeling better, everything was like closing down. And so basically, since then, I've played 1 or 2 shows, but for the most part, the gigs have been they just haven't been happening here in California. So it's been hard.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow. My experience is I got sick early in March, but mine was only for 4 or 5 days. But
Okay.
it's weird. I'm trying to remember it, and I don't remember really what I did when I was sick. I just remember sleeping. I had the high fever, the total muscle ache. It just hurt to walk, and it sucked, man. And then like that Sunday, it was like boom, it just lifted. It was weird, man. So weird.
Yeah, it affects everyone differently. That's why it's like, and you can have it for a long time before you get symptoms. I think that's part of the reason why the epidemiologists are so they're so adamant about getting it under control, because it's so hard to track the source of. It makes it really tricky for how long you can have it before you have symptoms, and that makes the spreadability unpredictable.
Yeah, man, it's nasty, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's a weird time.
Yeah, man. All right, let's just change the subject, man. I want to talk about your social media videos. The one that just strikes me out as being so awesome is that one that you did on microphones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. That's the kind of like information I love hearing about. An actual musician explaining why he's using something. You know?
Yeah.
And I want to say bravo to you, and I want you to continue to do those types of videos with different types of gear, man. I think it's kind of cool, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, so that's part of I have a content strategy going on. So when the thing about doing content is that when you're in the beginning stages of doing it, which I feel like I still am, you're not 100% sure of. Your content is supposed to lead people to your music, and then your music leads people to like the real good stuff, like the t-shirts and the custom songs and the private shows at your house and all the cool stuff that you have to offer. But you kind of have these feelers out on the internet that are kind of like, it's kind of like when you're walking through a mall and you see a sign for a store. The content is like the sign for your store, but you want to do content that by itself, it's like helpful to the person. Like you don't want to just like put a sign that says, "Hey, come and buy my stuff," even though you don't know anything about me. You want to create something that like people would get value out of, even if that's the only thing they ever take. So you can kind of give them a taste of what's to come. And I have a lot of different audiences that follow my music. I've got a lot of friends of mine that are supporters that listen to my music, but they're also musicians. So sometimes I like to create content that is uniquely for musicians. And I've had to learn a lot of things the hard way by just trial and error. So I like to do, if something can be helpful for a musician so they can save time if they're not sure about what to buy or what to do, I like to, reduce the amount of time they have to fiddle around on Google and reading, angry reviews on Gear Sluts of like 50 people that all have different opinions, and it's not helpful at all.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I decided a long time ago I don't read the reviews on gear anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing that I did, and I try to so there's I have like skits and sketches where it's just entertainment value. It's like funny sitcom type stuff. I did that one skit about the Apple Store. Like every time you go into the Apple Store, and they kind of sometimes it's a runaround. And as much as Apple's made me angry, I still I'm always going to buy their products because they're amazing. And but yeah, sometimes being in the Apple Store is really frustrating. So I do skits about that kind of stuff. But every now and then I like to do something that's maybe helpful or educational. And I'm glad you like that one. And I was experimenting with that because I wasn't sure how that would resonate since it was so much about gear itself.
Yeah, people like that stuff, man. Even people that aren't musicians, people like to learn about how shit works,
Yeah.
And then you doing the A/B test with the microphone was brilliant.
Awesome. I'm glad that was helpful, man. Yeah, and I didn't even when I first bought the mic, I didn't even know what I was doing. I bought it because it looked cool because it had a wooden handle. But after you use it for a while, you're like, oh, this is different than SM58, and I was like, why? And so I started messing around with it, and I realized, oh, this is why. So maybe that would be helpful if someone else was wondering that. So yeah, I do. Some stuff is for musicians. Some stuff is for entertainment. And then and then I do my live stream. I do a show every week called The Case of the Mondays, which is I'll go live on my Instagram probably around 3:30 my time, which is 7:30 your time, and then I go live on Facebook about 8 o'clock your time, or sorry, what is it? 4 o'clock? No, sorry. I go live on my Facebook 7 o'clock your time. And I'll play cover songs, I'll play originals, I'll tell stories about them, and sometimes we play Guess That Song, where I won't say what song it is, I won't say the artist, I'll play the song, and if you can guess the name of the song and the artist who wrote the song before that song is over, you leave a comment on the Facebook page, and all the people that guessed it correctly, they get a point, and at the end of the show, whoever gets the most points gets a golden ticket, which is basically it's a ticket for my merch store. You can get discounts on CDs or shirts or something like that. But I think the most fun thing that we do on Case of the Mondays is we write a song live on the spot. So we start off, and I have no idea where it's going to go. I never have any idea. There's no pre-planning on this, but me and the audience together, we come up with an idea, and it's literally like whoever says something first, and I write down the best ideas, or we kind of like navigate through the ideas, and we get a few ideas, and then we kind of whittle it down to one, and sometimes we combine them. Then we take that idea, we create a title, and then from that title we create a chorus for a song, and then from the chorus we write the verses, and then we write the bridge, and then at the end of the live stream, after we've written this song together, I perform the song for them live on the spot. I put the melody to it, and so it's a live songwriting session, but it's crowdsourced. So they write the song, the people on the watching the live stream write the song, and I just kind of organize the parts together. But that's one of the most fun things that I've ever done, and it's really intense because you gotta make it's gotta go fast, because if it's too slow, it's boring. So we've written some ridiculous songs. I think the first song we wrote was called Fleeing from a Creep with My Sheep in a Jeep, and then the great COVID-19 toilet paper crisis. And it's not always like ridiculous, but sometimes it ends up being like a ridiculous song because you got a lot of people watching and a lot of ideas going really rapid fire. So that always creates really interesting songs. But it's a lot of fun.
I stopped in last night for a hot minute and caught the one jam. It was cool, man. You get some good sound out of that room.
Thank you. Yeah, I got there's a little microphone. It's called, actually, I don't know what it's called. It's a Shure mic, but you can plug it directly into your iPhone, and it changes the quality of the built-in mic to like a condenser mic, which is good for live streaming. Yeah, it makes it sound a lot better.
Nice. I need to get me one of those.
See, those are the kinds of little things that people need to know about right there.
Yeah. It's only like $60 too.
Right.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
Hey, so let's talk about the videos. Now, do you edit your videos? Do you use software? Go through that process of how you made your microphone video.
Sure. So for the all the stuff I post on my Facebook page, or the vast majority of it, I have a light kit. So one thing that's super important in making your videos look good is lighting. That is the difference between a video that looks like garbage and a video that looks great. Even if the camera itself doesn't change in quality, you can vastly improve what your video looks like based on the way you set up your lights. So I have a professional lighting kit. I have two different stage lights that are basically made for movie sets, and I set them up on the left and right, and then I use my window as another light source. It's called 3-point lighting, where you have your main light source, which is the most of the light that's coming in. That's your key light, and then you have another light that's almost like the opposite direction of the key light, and that's filling in the shadows that are cast from the key light, so that evenly lights your face, so you don't look like you're in a serial killer movie or something. That's your fill light, and then you have a third light that's usually behind you, and that's called your backlight, or your hair light. So it creates a light halo or a light silhouette around you. So it's like almost like you're glowing a little bit, but it's really subtle. But when you put all those three lights together, it shows up really good on camera. So I learned that from working with some directors and watching some online videos about that. That really, really helps. And then most of the videos that I shoot are done from my phone. I have an iPhone 10, and there's an app called Filmic Pro, which the standard app that comes on the phone, it's decent, but it doesn't maximize the resolution of the camera on the phone. And if you use Filmic Pro, you can record in a higher resolution than you can with the regular video app. So, Filmic Pro is like, I think $4 or $5. It's not expensive at all. So I downloaded that and I put that up. And between those two things, that's basically how I record my videos at home. And when I record music videos, I do the same thing, because the quality it borders on professional quality. In the really nice videos that I have, the ones that are done in studios, I work with a team, a couple guys. They're called Super Cine, and they are a team of videographers in Los Angeles, and they do music videos and short films and ads and all kinds of stuff like that. And they're really good at what they do. They know more about it than me. They both went to film school for it. But I just try to copy what I see other people doing and make it do an easy version of it, because it can get you can get real deep into the specifics about recording things and lighting and everything like that. But yeah, it's mostly just shot on an iPhone, pretty much. iPhone 10.
Good stuff.
That's the secret.
Hey man, that's why I'm asking, man, because not everybody's got thousands of dollars to build editing machines.
Exactly, and that's the other thing, is that I wanted to streamline everything so it's as easy as possible to use, and so it's as cheap as possible to buy, because I don't have a $50,000 budget to get this stuff. In Final Cut is how I edit my video. So I'll get all the video on my phone, and then I'll upload it to my computer, and then I edit it in Final Cut. I do some color grading and add some LUTs. And a LUT is basically like, how do I explain a LUT? It's basically like when you're going out for the night and you've already taken a shower and you're all fancy and you get on your best outfit, like the LUT is your fancy outfit.
I thought it was my drunk uncle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you definitely don't want your drunk uncle as your LUT.
Yeah.
You ever seen the are you Saving Private Ryan?
Right.
You ever seen that movie?
Yeah, right.
You know how there's a certain look to that movie? It kind of looks like World War II with the color scheme.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things you don't notice until you put it on. It creates a feel. LUTs kind of have those, it's like a set of colors that enhance. It's kind of like a filter. Like when you put a filter on a photograph to make it look old-fashioned or bring out the blue.
Right.
It's like that. And that's usually the last thing that I put on the video, and then I upload it. It just adds a little bit of a cinematic element, and it looks kind of cool. So I like doing it on pretty much all the stuff I video.
Right, and then you do your edges with the so it's not a square edge, right?
Yeah, it's funny. I actually read there's a marketing course that I'm going through, and they said actually so for my personal page, I didn't bother to put on to make it a square. I let it be the 16:9 ratio, which is where it's wider than it is tall. But on my Facebook page, when you're introducing your content to new people, you actually want to have those bars above and below the post that say a really bold, intriguing caption, you've seen those things on viral videos where it'll say, "You can't believe what'll happen next," and then you watch the video because the captions say that. That's actually working really well right now on social media. So usually square stuff was only for Instagram, and then you wanted wide stuff for Facebook, but square stuff works really well on Instagram and Facebook. So if you're a social media person, do the square for Facebook for the time being. It'll probably change in a year or two. It always does, but for now, the square stuff works really well. But on your personal page, it doesn't matter because that's only going out to your friends. It's very unlikely you'll have a viral video from your personal page.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude. Well, more original music. You kind of answered it earlier. You're working through that this year with your studio time. So you think you might have pro recordings by Christmas? Anything by Christmas to release?
Oh yeah. So I've actually got one out right now. I recently put out a video cover, an acoustic cover of "Shut Up and Dance" by that band Walk the Moon, and I got a lot of good feedback on it. I wasn't planning on doing this originally. I was just going to have it be a YouTube video, but I had people in the comments say, can I get a copy of this song? Do you have this anywhere? And originally I was like, well, no, it's just a YouTube video. But I was like, you know what? If people want to hear this, I want to give it to them. So I went and I got a license, because you have to get a license in order to distribute a song that's not yours. I mean, people do it without licenses, but technically it's illegal. So I want to try and run my business by the rules, even though it's a pain in the butt for all the forms and everything. So I got a license, and I have
how much does
I have
that
100
cost?
copies. What's that?
How much does that license cost?
You know, it was $26 for 100 copies, which is actually, I think, way more than it needs to be. I'm gonna go with another company, and I think I can get a permanent license for like $14. But I didn't. You know, I'm always learning as I go. So usually you do the first thing that you find, and then afterwards you streamline it and you find a better option. So yeah, I had to pay some money for the license, but I got 100 copies I can distribute, and I've already had about 15 people or so that already have a copy. And it's just basically, you send me a message on Facebook, send me an email, leave a comment saying I want the song, and I'll send you a link, and it's pay what you want. And I like that, because if someone is kind of hurting because of the economy, they don't have their job, but they want to listen to new music, I'll say pay what you want. If you want to pay $0, it's $0. If you want to pay 20, it's 20. It's whatever you want. So that's the current offer I'm running now, and I think I'm going to run most or all of my music like that for the rest of the year. And I'm going to go back between releasing covers and releasing originals. And yeah, that's what I'm going for. But right now, that's the most recent offer that I have is a cover song. So yeah, it's been working pretty well. People have been enjoying that.
All right. Next live appearance.
Whew. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be playing live anytime soon anywhere.
That's what I figured, but I figured I'd ask just in case.
I mean, I'll be going live on my Facebook page every Monday. A case of the Mondays, I go live, and I talk to people. I always like saying hi, seeing how people are doing. So because I can't come see people live in real life, basically it's been Facebook and Instagram have been the way that I've been keeping in touch with people. Maybe this Christmas I might be coming back to Southern Maryland.
All right.
It's in the works for now, but that's what I'm hoping to do. I don't know if I'll have any shows. I might make that happen. So that's to be determined, but that's a possibility. This right around Christmas time to come back to the East Coast and play.
Cool.
Yeah, looking forward to that. If that goes through, we will be there, man.
I get you. Well,
awesome.
Well, we got to the last question, dude. This has been cool, man. You're a ton of information, man. Ton of information. And I'm sure there's going to be people listening that appreciate it. So, very cool of you.
No problem at all.
Cool. So we're to best gig, worst gig. You answer any order you like, but you got to answer both. Have you? I know last time you were on, you answered it. Do you have any newer shows that's come up that have been more awesome, or any shows that have been worse since you've been on that you want to tell us about? You got a couple minutes.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, yes. So I think when I went on tour last year and I came back to Southern Maryland, and when I finally got back to the East Coast, seeing after like playing a lot of venues in the Midwest where I did not know anyone and I really didn't have much of a pull at all, and coming out to the East Coast and playing at Ruddy Duck and Cowtie and Tap House 1637 and the Tavern, and
right.
It was just like, it was so awesome to see how many people came out and, we're singing along to my songs. It was the dream come true kind of show where, musicians play a lot of shows and it's not always glorious. It's not always fun. Sometimes you're playing to people and they don't seem to care too much. But when I come back home and play, it's awesome. So pretty much all the shows up and down the East Coast that I played that people came out to, it was awesome because a lot more people showed up than I was originally expecting. It was just nice because you take a break and you forget how good you have it, and then you come back and you see everybody and you're like, man, this is awesome. So that was that whole set of shows at the end of my tour were They were really awesome. I loved that. The worst gig, actually, probably, I played another dump.
Right.
It was recently. It was a wedding, and everything, parts of the wedding was awesome. The wedding itself was beautiful. There was a lot of guests. So I get to the wedding. I set up all my equipment. I'm sound checked. Everything's perfect. I'm all ready to go. I got the perfect spot. I'm early. And then, like, probably 30 or so minutes before I'm supposed to play, someone comes up and they said, "Oh, can you completely move to this other area, even though we already told you here?" So I'm like, okay. So I have to unplug all my equipment, drag it across, the whole venue, reset it up, and they have me facing like a forest. I'm like facing a bunch of trees, and I'm like, this is a terrible idea. Who is in charge of why this is here? But I was basically playing to trees, and I was like 30 yards away from the group of people that I was just aimed right directly at, and now I'm facing a bunch of trees. So that was a struggle to not be frustrated about, because it was just like why someone just did not think this through. And I know that happens because a wedding is sometimes a nightmare to manage, but I tried to handle it. And then a few people came out of the crowd, and they came and sat down in the area with the trees to listen to me, and they were like, "We don't know why they had you do that. It's kind of like the dumbest thing we've ever seen, that you were like facing these trees." But yeah, that sucked. I did not like playing to trees. I'd rather play to humans. So
I got you. Did the check cash?
Yeah, I did get paid pretty well for that one. So overall, if it's a hard to bear gig, if you can survive, if you get money at the end of the night, that's always a nice consolation prize. But the best thing is always connecting with people. Like, that's the best thing. So even if you get paid, like, it is frustrating if you're like, I want to share this with people. I don't want to play to trees, even if you're paying me. I mean, if you're paying me like $50,000, okay, I'll play to trees all day. But
right,
it's not 50 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, I like the answer. It is what it is. You're telling your frustration, and it's a wedding, dude. I'm sure, dude. It's all good, brother.
Yeah, and exactly, it's a wedding. It's like, as long as the bride and groom are happy, it's good. Like, it's essentially, it doesn't matter, because at a wedding, they're not going to be mad at. I mean, they'll be mad if you do bring people. You don't want to bring people to a wedding, so that's it's a different kind of gig than the original show. So that was it was a little weird playing to a forest.
Right. One other question before we go, man.
Sure thing.
Any chance you move back to Maryland?
So, if you asked me this, I think when I thought about this last year, I probably would have said probably not. But a lot of things changed in California really rapidly, and we're kind of in a lockdown. There's a lot of places that are not open. The music is banned in LA County. There's no live music scene. It's been extremely difficult to survive out here. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do it. And I don't necessarily, I have been thinking a lot about Maryland. And there's a lot of people that I'd like to play music with. As a band, I'd like to get a band together, and I've got some friends there that would be good at doing that. So I've been giving that a little thought. So I can't say I have any direct plans to come back to Maryland, but it's starting to become more of a reality than it was a year ago.
Wow, dude. I sniffed. I was sniffing this whole interview, man, and I picked up on some stuff you were saying. And I was like, I gotta ask him this question before we get off the phone. Hey, if it works out and you do come back on the East Coast, definitely give me a call, because I got some ideas and I'd like to run by you.
Dude, absolutely. And I hopefully, if I do come back, I'd like to play some shows with my buddy Josh Earhart as the Vates, and with my buddy Justin Miles. That's something that I'm hoping that we'd be able to do. I know Justin's been all over the world touring with a bunch of different projects with different artists and doing his tap dancing. But yeah, hopefully we could coordinate something and play a few shows for all my friends back on the East Coast. So that would be we can definitely brainstorm some cool things, maybe some videos, and yeah.
Yeah, man, definitely hit me up. Let me know what up, because I love your energy. We can work with you, man. Trust me.
Okay. Awesome, man.
So
I would love that.
That's good stuff, man. But I sensed it, man. I had to ask.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, and I do miss home. I miss it just doesn't. There's no hometown feeling in Los Angeles. It's awesome. It's creative, but it just there's a sense of home and community in Southern Maryland that you just don't get in LA. It's just too big. It's just too big. There's just too many people, and it just cycles out people. Like, you get all these starry-eyed people that come in, 1 year, and 2 or 3 years later they're gone because it's too difficult. So I don't want to leave for that reason. I'm going to stick it out past the 3-year mark. I think I'm actually right there right now. But if it just isn't a right fit, I'm going to probably peace out. But yeah, I like the East Coast, and I miss thunderstorms. We don't get thunderstorms here. I can't believe it. There's only earthquakes, which are terrifying.
Well, this would have been a Super Bowl year for you, because we've had thunderstorms every day for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Man, I miss that so much. Oh, man.
Yeah,
I miss
man.
that. Haven't seen a storm in like 3 years.
It keeps me employed, brother.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Well, we really do appreciate all your candid answers and being so upfront with us and letting us just ask you things, and you coming right out of the gate and answering them, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dude, thanks, man. I appreciate you guys supporting the music scene, the local music scene, especially because there's going to be some really strange changes in the music industry in the next few years because of all the shifts from real life to virtual.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be even more important to have a good, solid foundation that supports the local music community, because it's going to be real easy for everyone's attention to be swept up in, once if the mainstream takes over the virtual world, that's really going to be a detriment to local musicians that can't compete with, their reach, because they don't have the budget to put their video at the top of the list. So, I hope that doesn't happen fully, and there's no replacement for live music. There isn't. It's not the same watching it through a screen. It's just not.
You're right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, man. Trust me, Dylan. We're seeing something happen before our eyes. We just have to react the right way.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Well,
I agree.
Well, cool, dude. Well, we're gonna cut you loose. This was awesome. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday when the show comes out and your interview's out. I hope you tune in with us. Bring your fans. We'll answer questions while the interview's going. And I'll definitely be reaching out to you, man. I got some ideas on some things I'd love to run by you just to see what you think.
That'd be great, man. Let me know what they are. Yeah, send me an email and let's brainstorm. Let's collaborate.
Cool. I'm down with that. Alban, before I let him go, you got anything?
Nah, I just want to say thanks again for coming back on the show and spending time with us, Dylan. We do appreciate that, and you be good out there and take care of yourself. And, we're always on the East Coast, so just give us a holler, man.
All right, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you guys, watch out for the chunks of road that are missing.
Right. Yeah.
Good deal. All right, Dylan. From the Guitar Gurus, man, we say thank you and have a good night, sir.
All right, see you guys.
All right, man.
buddy.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, there he goes, man.
Coast to coast call, man. It's been a while since we had one of those.
Right. It's been a couple minutes.
It's awesome.
That's good stuff, dude. Wow, dude, what a show. Come back to, man.
Yeah.
We're hitting out the right marks, right timings.
That's right.
It's good, man.
Yeah, we got a rhythm. We got a groove.
Yeah. I dig it. That was cool, man. Really awesome interview with Dylan.
Yep.
Look forward to everybody on Thursday night, man. It's going to be cool. It'll be real cool. Oh, dude, next week, it's going to be awesome. Like I said earlier in the show, we got Justin Taylor coming on the program again for his 8,000th time, but it's Justin. It's
and that's
cool.
okay.
It's Justin. It's cool, dude. He once did an interview in the parking lot of Martini's.
That's right.
So, You got carte blanche here just because of that.
Yeah.
Dig it. So,
Yeah, I can't wait to have him on. This will be fun. I'm going to grill him about a couple things.
Yeah.
I've already got my questions ready.
That's cool. You know, I bought some pickups from him. He sent me some pickups in the mail, man.
Oh,
Bought
nice.
some pickup from him, so I'll bring that up too. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, there's a history, you know.
It's cool, man. But hey, I'm gonna give a shout out to the sponsors, then we'll get out of here. What do you think, man? I'm spent. I'm ready to go. It's been a night.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm exhausted, man.
All right, cool. So shout out Southern Maryland Chronicle, David Higgins, everybody there making it happen. He comes on the show every week for Higgy on the Beat, but he also promotes our show on the Chronicle's website. Love having Mr. Higgins and the Southern Maryland Chronicle part of the show. Then we have Island Music Company that does the guitar of the week every week. And every so often we have their employees on the show talk about everything Island and everything in the scene. Speaking of that, I got to get Jack to come back on the show soon. Get him cranking again, see what's up in his world.
Yeah, we'll get him back.
Right. So that's Island Music Company. Love having them part of the show. Then we have Sean Kirkpatrick. He is the Trilogy Band. He is the only surviving member. Begging to get other people to get some work in, so hit him up. Sean Kirkpatrick, Sean in 60 seconds. Wow. Then we got Allied Renovations, Christopher Lane Tattoos, and Cooper Construction.
That's right.
Cooper Construction just re-upped. We're going to be doing a new commercial for them very soon. But we look forward to that. Love Brian and all of them there supporting us. It's storm season.
Yeah.
You need anything done, give Brian and Cooper Construction a call.
Yeah.
So there it
And
is.
reach out to us for any sponsorship opportunities. Man.
Yeah, we're fishing again.
Let's promote some businesses, man.
Why not?
Work together.
That's it. But yeah, that's episode 83 this week, man. We'll call it the hurricane episode.
Not the easy uses or whatever.
No, the hurricane
You
episode.
don't want to mess with that one, do you?
No, but dude, if we get 2 more storms, that storm will be Hurricane Kyle.
Oh, cow.
Yeah, so we can't wait for Hurricane Kyle.
No, it's going to come. Don't worry.
Right.
This year, we'll probably have 15 hurricanes.
Right. Wow, dude. But yeah, dude, let us show tonight. That's awesome, man.
Right.
And we're right at our time.
Perfect.
Cool. You got anything else before we go?
I'm good to go, man. We're gonna see y'all next week on episode 84.
Right, man. It's been cool, man, and it's good seeing you back here again, man.
Yeah, it's good to be back here. Yeah.
Cool. Well, dude, let's get out of here for real. All right.
Yep.
Cool. It's Guitar Gurus with Dan and Dan. We're Southern Maryland's #1 choice for music talk radio, and we will see you guys next week.